Welcome back, everybody, to our recaps and reviews, where we look at the episode of Moon Knight that just came out. Hawk Talk is the show. Don't worry about any of that. Listen.
No. Focus so hard on the fact that it's sometimes called Hawk Talk and sometimes Talk Eye.
Yeah.
And it's Month Night.
And
Month
it's
Night
Month
continues.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we are talking about Moon Knight Episode 3. Please leave a like. We're going to go through a bunch of things, including what the suit can and can't do, a new villain, the fate of Khonshu, a third personality, question mark?
Question mark.
That's right. In addition to some other bits and pieces. So please leave a like if you couldn't. Thank you. If you're over at bigsandwich.co where you saw this early, maybe.
That's right. You've heard all the moon bits and moon bobs.
That's it. Big Raiders of the Lost Ark vibes for this one, right?
Yeah. You know what I also, look, number one note, I appreciate that they didn't go, okay, this is going to be set in Egypt, so we've got to make it deserty and put a big yellow, just a big yellow filter over everything. I thought that was nice.
Make it look like The Mummy and, to probably more of an extent, The Mummy Returns.
That's right.
Which has an even bigger, more yellow filter. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's what they've been going for here. I think 90% of the actors who are supposed to be Egyptian in the show are Egyptian. They're trying to use, real locations and all of those things as much as possible. So, yeah, it definitely feels like a real place and real markets, you know what I mean? And real people getting stabbed.
Sure.
That's what you want.
Well, speaking of getting stabbed, what I appreciate about this episode is finally some good old-fashioned fist fights that we can see.
Yeah, yes.
Men punching other men. Maladjusted men punching one another. Perfect. That's what I want from my TV and movies.
I think that also speaks to that we've not finally, I've written here finally, but we've mostly in this episode rid ourselves of that nerd Stephen Grant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not gone forever, obviously, but here he takes a bit of a back seat.
Well, I would say that in this episode, we're finally seeing some equilibrium between Mark Spector and Stephen Grant. In that they both have their different skill sets, and they've decided, you know what, they don't get along, but they're gonna, they're
one gets all the stabs, and the other one solves all the riddles.
Yes, exactly.
Which
like
is,
us.
That's right. Which is very much like. I'm glad they're leaning into more of the Mr. Knight kind of detective personality. Like it was kind of played as a bit of a joke in the episode that we saw him in last time.
That's right.
And the idea that they all have, because there's more personalities than two even, they all have like distinct skills. You know what I mean? And it's good to switch it up every now and then. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love the bit, speaking of fist fights, where the bad guy takes the time to lick the knife and be intimidating, and he just gets punched in the face.
That's very Indiana Jones, isn't it?
That's it.
That's because Oscar Isaac had diarrhea on the day.
Is that true?
Really bad diarrhea, and he didn't want to waste time with a fight sequence.
Did you want everybody to know that when he told you in confidence?
No. I don't care, though. We're exclusive secrets, big reveals on this video. That's what we want. We'll betray anyone's trust.
Speaking of big secrets and big reveals.
And big diarrhea.
And big diarrhea, obviously. By the way, this episode...
That's the industry, big diarrhea.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by big diarrhea. Big hot diarrhea.
That's right.
In the first episode...
Now, for the remaining 5 people who are still watching this and haven't switched off.
What are you doing?
So many mentions of big diarrhea.
Why did that bother you? Why are you still here? So in the first episode, you probably remember this, but there's a little girl who's at the model of the pyramid, and she's like, there's not even anything in the pyramids. And in this episode, of course, there is something going on.
McDonald's. There's a McDonald's in there.
McDonald's. It reminds me of, you saw Uncharted recently, how they were just like, we're at a Papa John's in Italy? Were they in Italy? I think
Spain. I think they were in Spain.
Okay, yeah. I want to say Milan, but I don't remember, to be honest.
Someone will tell us in the comments.
Someone tell us. Someone who remembers that movie, tell us what happened in it. But yeah, we get basically a meeting of the gods. There's a few there. We got
all the avatars of the gods.
So and then the gods themselves. But yeah, that a few of them. We got Hathor.
Okay,
I'm probably going to say a bunch of these wrong. She's the goddess.
I think you're going to say all of them wrong.
Thank you. Finally, she's the goddess of music and love. There's Horus. There's Osiris. And they have a big trial for Khonshu because they think he's up to mischief. They think he's been a bad bird-faced bloke.
That's right.
But he didn't handle that very well, did he?
No. And here's a question: how do the gods not know?
Yeah.
Like, what are they're? I mean, maybe that's the through line here is that these gods are kind of out of touch. But aren't they omniscient or something?
I don't think they are.
Okay.
And I wonder whether they are going to lead into maybe they're aliens or something.
Well, I was just going to say, maybe, of the many gods that exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a lot of them, like the Norse gods, have been revealed to be essentially just very strong aliens.
There's a big panther, I think, big magic panther.
Big panther, sure, yeah.
Or something.
And some are, cosmic beings. Who are these guys?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I think they are more along the lines of like like ancestral, like god kind of Black Panther kind of
Okay,
things.
sure,
I'm
right.
guessing. Like, yeah, I don't think they're aliens, but who knows?
I reckon they're just a bunch of blokes.
And women.
Yeah, a bunch of blokes and women also.
Yeah.
Women can be fake gods also.
Exactly. But yeah, Khonshu obviously did not handle that trial very well. Ethan Hawke, just keeping his cool.
Yeah.
So walking
He's
around.
a real,
You going to name one of his movies?
no, I was going to say a real Jack Nicholson or Tom Cruise in.
Where you can or cannot handle the truth?
That's exactly
Depending
right.
on
yes.
who you are in that
yeah,
room.
Yeah. Well, Khonshu and Harrow are
Those two
those
characters.
two guys. Whichever one is relevant currently.
Thanks, colleagues, who's editing these, for making sense.
Oh, no, you don't have to. Just give us 4 faces and spin them around.
No, that's harder, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but I loved how he was like, listen, I'm going to set this up. This has to go really well. And then he just starts screaming, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And again, it kind of points to did Khonshu pick this guy because he's like
Good at screaming?
Good at screaming, or mentally unwell, or did he make him mentally unwell?
Yeah,
like,
or
is it both? You know,
Or is this part of Khonshu's plan all along? To have a guy do some screaming in a room?
might that very well might be it. But yeah, it's a good reminder also that Ethan Hawke has still got glass in his shoes, because you can hear that. You know
can hear that
They've really-
crunch.
they've worked that Foley in.
The old crunch and squelch.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of people wrote in and said that's true that glass is not frozen air. We actually debunked a lot of theories.
I don't think
in
that's
relation
true.
to
I don't
that.
think-
No, I know it's not true. We debunked it, is what I'm saying.
Nobody's ever thought that was true.
No, we got a lot of praise.
Oh.
We got some glass experts.
Oh, well, I'll take the praise then. Okay, if we're getting praise,
I
then
mean, I said it, but if you would like some residual
But I was
praise.
here,
Yeah,
so-
you were here. Yeah, so as a result of that, he doesn't get captured at that point. But of course, there's some other things going on. So the actor who actually plays Anton Mogart, the arts dealer with the sarcophagus.
with ties to Madripoor.
Exactly.
Oh.
He's that's a great Easter egg, Mason.
Last
Easter egg
scene
alert.
Easter egg alert. That's an Easter egg. Last scene in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think.
The last scene?
No, last scene.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, it might have been in the last scene. I don't remember.
It
what
wasn't the
happened.
last scene because we saw
Sharon Carter?
yes,
Terrific stuff. Anyway, that actor, he actually...
Island of Secrets.
Oh, no.
Yep.
He actually passed away in a skiing accident in January.
Oh, no.
So he's been in a bunch of stuff, including he was in. Do you remember? This isn't the only thing that he was in, but there was that Hannibal prequel movie.
Oh yeah, sure, okay.
So yeah, he was only 37, and yeah, he just passed away like just a few months ago. So this will be one of his final performances if he does. You know, he might not come back in another episode
right,
because I think he gets stabbed in the back of the neck as the horse is running
Oh,
him
boy,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, but that character is actually here's an Easter egg alert. That's Midnight Man.
Oh.
So in the comics, this is an enemy of various Moon Knight men's.
Would you say
personalities.
he's essentially the same as Moon Knight but with a black costume?
There's a
Would
bit
you
of
say
that? Yeah, yeah, that's not inaccurate. So he falls into a sewer and has his face deformed, and then had like a big.
Oh, by rats?
No, I don't think it's like toxic waste or whatever. But
yeah.
Moon Knight has a lot of villains that have their face deformed, like that dude whose face he cut off.
Bushman, yeah.
Bushman. So yeah, who's not going to be appearing in this? We talked about that last week. But then, so they're looking for the tomb to see what's going on. What's in the tomb? Bad God, apparently.
Yeah, that's
Big
right.
Bad God in there. But and then of course he gets to kind of open up his abilities, and we hadn't really got a close kind of look at it. Oh no, we have had a close look at it, but we get more of a look of it, the way that the costume kind of forms around him.
Like a mummy's bandage.
Exactly. I was reading up on it, and apparently they were always kind of going to do it this way, like have it appear, because they wanted that first scene in the bathroom where it appears to him, not like rummage through a drawer and put on his costume.
Yes, and he has to be like, wait, I'll just go into this cubicle for several minutes.
Oh, it's all bandages. Yeah.
It's all tangled up like a pair of headphones. Give
Yeah.
me 10 to 20 minutes.
Exactly. So they've kind of supernaturaled that up a bit. But we get a bit more of what he can do, which then gets taken away.
Big jump.
Big jump. It's bulletproof.
Yeah.
It can absorb just a spear going right through
Yeah,
you,
uh-huh.
multiple spears.
Uh-huh. He can do
Yeah.
a big jump with a cape.
He can do a big jump with a cape.
With or without a cape, big jumps a go-go.
He's got his moonerangs.
So he's moonerangs.
I'm a big fan of the moonerangs.
Boomer moons?
Boomer moons. That's good too. Do you think we're going to get the moon jet? Or the moon
The
copter?
mooncopter. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe he's got another like storage unit with a mooncopter in it.
Well,
I
there's
don't know.
another personality, so
Yeah.
it seems an impractical shape to have a flying vehicle.
Yeah,
Just a
agreed.
big croissant.
But we got the bat. So
Yeah.
and what's the
Nobody likes the bat.
No, I hate the bat. But I mean, what's the bat's natural enemy? A croissant. just a croissant.
Too
that's
much
been thrown
carbs
out
and
the
sugar.
back of a bakery. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I've just written here, yeah, he kills a bunch of people, and it's just good to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not as like bloody and visceral as like a Daredevil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But you do see a bit more blood than say the movie Morbius, the movie about a vampire, where there's very little to no blood in that movie.
I mean, there is a lot of blood, but it's all contained within one room in convenient little bags.
and some of it is blue.
some of it is blue blood. That's true.
You haven't seen Morbius, everybody. You don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't worry
it's
about it.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've already binned it.
Layla gets a few good shots in.
Absolutely,
a few good headshots.
yeah.
Good for her.
Definitely,
Getting in there.
yeah.
I'm enjoying their relationship. I
What
think
did
it's
she
good.
get banned from Egypt for? Like, why is she getting a fake passport at the start? What do you think's going on there?
Oh,
just
probably-
mercenary
Interpol.
guff? Interpol.
Probably got an Interpol red notice, like in the movie Red Notice.
She should. Speaking of the Dark Knight Rises,
Go on.
she should have got that special thing that clears your record or whatever. Remember?
No.
Wasn't that movie about that?
No.
That's what Catwoman wanted. She's just like, I just want to be off the system or whatever.
Oh.
Is that movie or a different thing?
I don't know.
Well, it's just good to vaguely remember things.
I think so too.
Yeah. So in order to find the tomb,
We've built a career on it.
Yes. Khonshu basically makes the sky like a big iPad.
yeah.
Just swiping away at
Yeah.
it. God, that must have been confusing to everybody on Earth.
It's
God, just watching the sky just spin through space above, yeah. Is the Earth spinning?
Time to take some LSD and have a very fun and safe trip. Ah!
Is the Earth spinning?
Oh.
Or is he spinning the entire universe? Or is it an illusion? What is it?
Great question. I think it's an illusion, but I would like to think he is spinning the entire universe.
Yeah.
And he's up there going, there's got to be a better way. I don't know.
It reminded me a bit of Superman reversing time.
Sure,
Kinda
yeah.
had that kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, it's good to swipe the sky like a big iPad. I'm a big fan. But of course, it's not without its repercussions, as it should be. Don't swipe the sky like a big iPad.
God.
It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. What a ridiculous thing to do. So Khonshu's trapped, and he says, before he's captured, he says, when the gods imprison me, tell Mark to free me. So I don't know what does that look like?
Great question.
Yeah. Do you just have to break the top of it? You know, like a glow stick? That little thing, that little stone idol that he's in?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it through a wood chipper.
Yeah, put it through a wood chipper. Yeah. Ethan Hawke's got it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And he's bad news. Not
He's
in
a
real
bad
life.
boy.
Yes, he certainly is. Yeah. Anyway, we've got a comment here from last week, which I'd love to read to you, Mason.
Go
It's in
on.
relation to the third personality.
Because, of course, we've got Mark Spector, mercenary.
That's right.
We've got Stephen Grant, who in the comic books generally is depicted as like a millionaire playboy, but in
Yeah.
this, he works at the...
Nerd.
He's a nerd, and he works at the museum. I wonder if there'll be a reveal at the end that he owns the museum or something.
Oh, one of those situations.
One of those situations.
Or he's
yeah.
like, actually, I bought the museum or whatever.
That's
I'm a billionaire.
exactly
yeah.
right. That's why I can still work here despite being very incompetent.
Yes. So this is from Langley M. Neely, who says, my theory, third personality. Jake Lockley is responsible for the goldfish and asking out that woman for a steak. Think about it. Stephen has no clue what is going on, and Mark is 100% concerned with doing Khonshu's bidding.
And also he's married.
That's right, and protecting Layla, the wife he loves. Also, every time Stephen lost his memory in the first episode, he wasn't turning into Moon Knight, which seems to be Mark's go-to in a fight. I imagine Jake Lockley is the third personality neither Stephen or Mark know about yet, the ladies' man, meat-eating badass that switched goldfish. Did he eat that fish?
Yeah, he ate the first fish.
Wow.
He's like, survival of the fittest fish. You got to missing a fin. Nom, 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 nom.
I wanted to ask...
And also, there was a scene in this episode, I believe,
Yeah.
where the
We're like, we didn't do it!
We didn't do it. Who's the third guy?
Who's the third guy who did it? What's his costume, do you think?
Cab driver.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Just a flat cap and...
Well, that's what he is in the comics. So
Yeah.
I imagine that every scene where Mark or Stephen black out, I imagine Jake Lockley emerges, he finds the nearest cab, and he just runs over some bad guys, I suspect.
like Crazy Taxi style?
Yeah, like Crazy
Yeah.
Taxi style.
So yeah, you're right. He's normally a cabbie. He's street smart and he knows what's going on in and about town.
So we've got three. We've got street smart, we've got
Yep.
book smart,
Stabbing and punching.
stabbing and punching.
Here's a question though.
Go on.
A couple of things. Do you think they CGI'd that goldfish's fin
Yes.
off? Or do you think they found one without a fin? Or did they cut the fin off a goldfish? Because that would be the cheapest and easiest thing to do.
It certainly would. And I like to think they would give, opportunities to disadvantaged goldfish.
Yeah.
But I reckon, a la Lucky the Pizza Dog, I think they found an absolutely perfect Hollywood fish.
Yeah.
And they CGI'd it.
Perfect. Maybe it's the one they used in Wolf of Wall Street that was swallowed because that's done some stunt work.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And in Hollywood you live longer, you look good. It's probably that fish has probably lived a pretty good life.
Agreed, yeah.
So there you go. Another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of accent are we going to see out of this guy?
Oh, Bronx accent. Yeah,
Makes sense. Cabbie
Yeah.
kind of. Not a London kind of black cab guy.
No, because that's too close
We've
to
already done it. Yeah,
Okay. Oscar Isaac is going to want to, stretch his acting abilities.
You don't
there.
think he's going to do some like Middle Eastern kind of like situation?
Oh, I think he might be a Middle Eastern cabbie.
Well,
sure.
maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's
Maybe.
just that we've got an American accent, we've got an English accent, and those are the two accents. There's
They
that,
are.
and then there's Middle Eastern, and those are the three accents.
What about
in
this?
movies.
What about this? No accent, i.e. Australian accent. You know how we don't have
Oh,
accents?
yeah, exactly. The neutral accent.
The neutral accent, yeah.
Yeah. The water of accents.
That's right. Yeah.
No personality, no
Yeah.
flavour.
Stone the crows. It's me, Jake Lockley, he would say.
Melbourne cabbie. I drive a
No,
yellow.
I'm not going to St Kilda.
I-
no, I'm
no,
not going to
mate.
do it. No,
Not this time of
no, I'm
day.
not going south of the river. Sorry.
Yeah,
no.
no. But look, we're also probably going to get. I can't wait to see what kind of crazy mirror stuff we're going to be getting, because I feel like they've been navigating those conversations really well.
Yeah, just through a
And
series
to
of convenient mirrors and
Yeah.
very mirrored surfaces.
Exactly. And just to step it up, you know what I mean? You want something like that. And the other thing is, I don't know if you've seen any of the previews for next week.
Oh.
We're getting a big purple laser shooting out of the pyramid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's about time. Well, I mean, how long? It's been 3 episodes.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Come on, guys, get it together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be fun to see and do. We're not doing it.
Oh.
We're not involved in it, unfortunately. But yeah, it'd be nice if there was an option on screen, shoot laser or not.
Sure.
Yes, obviously. Yeah. And if you do want to see that early, you can actually head over to bigsandwich.co, where, the audio goes up straight away after the episode goes up if you do want to see it.
That's right.
And you know what, Mason?
What?
We're doing the Star Wars prequels of Caravan of Garbage. They're
That's
going up
right.
there early. We have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows that comes out every Monday. All of that is early and ad-free at bigsandwich.co. Isn't it, Mason?
Yes.
What are your Moon Knight theories? Tell us your theories so we can say them in air. Give us the best theory you got.
I reckon he's going to save the day.
You reckon?
Yeah, at the
Which
end.
one? Which one?
Moon Knight.
Okay, then.
Yep.
All right, then.
Do you reckon there might be at the end, maybe like, you know how like at the end of every Fantastic Four movie, all the Fantastic Four, they all team up and they use their powers like individually.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think there might be a big, like a switcheroo team up at the end?
Oh, I love a big switcheroo
where it switches
team up,
between
yes.
like Moon Knight and Mr. Knight and a guy driving a cab.
Okay.
Big white cab.
So he drives up in the cab, he jumps out.
Yes.
No, he checks the map, that's the nerd.
Yeah.
Then he jumps out and does a big roll, and that's
Yeah.
the action man.
Yeah.
Okay, great, terrific. I love it. I love all of that. Yeah. All right, thanks everybody. We're leaving.
Oh, we're leaving. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll grab
yeah.
that jammy, guys. We'll see you next week.
And thank you so much to Collings for editing
That's
this.
right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Month night.
Month night.
Talk eye.
Talk eye.